Good morning. My name is Elan Wurtzel. I'm a personal injury attorney, and I have here with me today a dear and very good client, Allyson. Allyson, how you doing today?
I'm doing good, Elan. How are you? And thank you for inviting me.
I'm doing great, and I wanted to thank you very much for spending some time with me this morning. I wanted to share with members of my networking group your experience working with our office, and
Yes,
figured I'll ask you a few questions, and you you tell it how it is and how it was, okay?
wonderful. Absolutely.
All right. So, Allison, you were involved in an accident of some type, weren't you?
Yes,
And what kind of accident was that?
it was a pedestrian accident. I was on my way to a doctor's appointment, and when I reached the intersection in Oceanside, the light was red. I looked at the cars to my left. I saw that the cars were standing, and I proceeded to start walking. And I took my right foot, left foot. As I'm walking, I hear vroom. As soon as I look to my left, I'm already on the floor.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So what happened? A car hit you?
Yes, I was hit by a car. He nudged me. He was trying to make a right turn and he was looking at the opposite direction. And that's what happened. He wasn't paying attention.
And what kind of injury did you suffer as a result of that accident?
Yes. In the beginning, they told me that I had a metatarsal fracture, which was a fracture of the fifth toe of my foot. Come to find out, it was a broken ankle and a couple of toes. And then I had knee pain, hip pain, back pain, a slew of different type of issues. But I'm thankful that I'm alive.
Well, that's good to hear. So after the accident, I guess you sought medical care and treatment,
Yeah.
and doctors gave you some idea about what your injuries were. When did you first think that, hey, maybe I should talk to a lawyer?
When this accident first happened, the driver, after he hit me, he came out of the car and he asked me, are you okay? Can I take you to a hospital? I told him no. He said, well, let me give you $20 for your trouble. And we told him we don't need the money. So he said, you know what? God bless you. Here's $20, and he drove off. So immediately, my mom was furious. She was very upset. And that was when she told me, even though we're going to the ER, we need to get a lawyer because this is unacceptable.
Okay. Did your mom come to the accident location or you spoke to her by phone?
She was at the accident location with me that day.
Okay. And so your mom recommended you to our office, is that right?
Yes,
And
absolutely.
and how did your mom know to call us? She told
Okay.
us a story when you came to
Yes,
the office.
right. It was about 20 years ago in the year 2000. She had a short little injury at work. And at the time when my dad was alive, he saw your commercial on TV and he passed it over to her and said, contact Elan Wurtzel. He looks like a good lawyer that would be able to handle your case. Though my mom spoke with you, but she was never able to continue on with the case. And years later, what do you know? I ended up getting hurt, and then I was able to contact you, and you guys were amazing.
So, every year we send out a magnet
Yes,
around Christmas time, to say hello to people. And I know your mom said that she receives a magnet every year
yes,
and, it was on the fridge and you called us.
yes.
So when you hired us as your lawyers, what were your expectations? What did you think was going to happen? And what did you hope was going to happen?
Well, in my observation, my mom told me that I shouldn't worry. I'm in good hands. So I should just be focused at whatever you and your team is recommending for me. Because the first time when I spoke to you, you immediately took action. You asked me the nature of my injuries, and immediately you sent me off to a foot doctor, a podiatrist. And that was one thing that struck me the most. Because in the past, there was a previous lawyer that told me that I needed to go back to the ER. I need to do this. I need to do that. And my mom said, no, we're not doing that. You're going to have to contact Elan and we're going to take it from there. I was a little bit uncomfortable by it at first, trying to contact someone else, and I realized it. And when I called Christina picked up. I left a message before because nobody picked up the phone, and she said, Allyson, you called us twice because I was in so tickled to make sure that this situation and you guys were on top of things. You sent me all the paperwork, you got my information, you made sure that I signed all my paperwork and everything. So pretty much my expectations were high, but you guys exceeded what I was looking for.
Okay. Now, you got injured, you came under medical care. This is an auto accident, so no fault pay for your medical care
Yes.
and treatment. And you lost time from work also, didn't you?
Yes, I did 7 months.
All right. And were you able to get compensation for your lost wages while you were out of work through no fault?
Yes, absolutely. Through you, thanks to you.
Well, listen, we did a lot of work, but you did the hard work. You got injured and you got better.
Yes.
You did the more important stuff. Um, what was one thing that you were surprised by your experience working with our office?
What it was that the speedy, the smooth operation, I should say, everything was on top of everything. It was very organized. Every time I would go to a doctor's appointment, I would give you guys a call. Sometimes you guys will contact them. If I was at physical therapy, you guys will call up the physical therapy to see if I was still attending my appointments. There was a time that I needed to transition from another doctor to another physical therapy. You guys ushered me into doing that. And Katrina and Christina were excellent in that. And I used to send them all the paperwork. They say, Allyson, you are one of our best clients because you're doing everything for us. So we really need you to relax. We got everything. And what also struck me the most is that I didn't even need to go into the courtroom. That's what struck me the most. That by the time 2023 was almost being brought to a close, you sent me an email. And I said, wow, all of this is about to be brought to an end. Okay. By the time I realized we were talking on the phone, doing our negotiation and everything of the amount that I was, requesting and that type of thing. And by the time we realized, by the time it hit December 29th, a check was already at your office. So I was just astonished by that. And I don't think any other lawyer probably would have been able to move as smooth and swiftly. But then again, at the same time, with your experience that you carry, you know how to handle things. And I would recommend you to anyone.
Well, Allyson, I have to say you are one of our most organized clients, very
Thank you.
proactive, and as a lawyer, definitely appreciate, the open lines of communication. And you
Yes.
kept us up to date with everything about all your treatment, when you got back to work, the problems that you had trying to get back to work. And, an injury to your foot is a big deal when you have to stand all day long. What kind of
Yes.
work did you do that? Describe the kind of work that you did and why you had to stay out of work.
Yes. Originally, I am a licensed cosmetologist. However, I work at CVS. I'm a beauty consultant, so I'm on my feet all day for 8 hours straight. So, of course, when I go on for break at lunch, I sit down. But the majority of the time, I'm always walking and standing. So the nature of my accident had stopped me from standing on my feet because my ankle was broken. And even after the healing of my foot, I couldn't bear weight on my foot. And I still had crutches. And if I took crutches to work, I would be considered a liability. The company would not have me come to work on crutches throughout the floor. That's just unacceptable. So pretty much yeah.
Allyson, having gone through this experience of being injured in an auto accident and being happy with the outcome of your case, what would you say to other people who are injured? There's something might happen in the future to them. What would you say to them is the most important thing that they should be thinking about and considering?
Okay. First things first, take care of your health. Find a good lawyer, preferably Elan Wurtzel if you're in the New York area, and just be focused. Even though you have dealt with a painful situation, take your time and make sure to work with your lawyer and make sure to get all the medical attention that you need. Because I've spoken to other people in the past who also had auto accidents, and it came to a point that they became lazy in going to their physical therapy appointments. And to this day, they're still in pain. They still can't walk properly and that type of thing. And another thing, Elan, is that one thing that I also like about you is that you were extremely transparent and straightforward. You didn't backpedal. You didn't say, well, we'll do this, and then the next day is something different. You were extremely clear and concise about everything that had to do with this journey. And I'm extremely pleased and astonished by the way how everything played out. Yeah.
One thing that we pride ourselves in is, being transparent, being truthful. If we have good news to tell you, we'll tell it to you. If we have bad news to tell you, we'll give you the bad news too. So that is important. And I know that your case got settled. Were you happy with the outcome?
Absolutely. I was very pleased with it because some places, one guy told me that he had an accident and the amount of money that he received, it took him 3 years to get it. And when he got it, he got a very small amount and it couldn't even cover his car injuries or even for him to continue on to do physical therapy because he didn't have any insurance. But you fought for me and you made sure to usher me into having some sort of justice. Though this person that hit me, they did not have any jail time or anything like that. But at the end of the day, what I requested, you fought for it and you helped me get what I wanted. And I'm happy that I'm sure that you got what you also needed too, because you pretty much explained to me that this is a Norfolk case. If we get something, if something comes out of it, yes, there's a fee and everything. And then if nothing comes out of it, we will figure something out. So like I said, the level of transparency and the way how you are very concise just made me feel at peace that I'm dealing with somebody who is truthful, because not all lawyers are truthful, but you are.
Well, thank you. Every case is different. So, you obviously got hit by a car walking crossing the street. So the liability was very strong and, you had a very significant injury. So Allyson, let me just end on this. What does the future hold for you?
The future hold for me is pretty much continuing to heal, going back to work, looking for future endeavors. I have an orphanage to build in Ghana, West Africa that I need to put together. And I may continue my master's degree in management. And I'm actually looking to maybe relocate to another location out of New York. So these are all the endeavors that, I'm looking forward to.
All right. Well, I'm very impressed that you have plans to work in Ghana and help people there. And in our small way, we try and make the world a better place as well. So listen, Allyson, thank you so much for your time today. Really appreciate it. And best of luck in all your future endeavors.
Thank you so much. And you're very welcome. And my mom also thanks you a great deal as well.
Thank
Thank you.
you.